It's here that races are often won or lost.
Absolutely. Back home in North Carolina, we emphasize the setup. A few tweaks during practice can lead to major gains on race day.
So, for those tuning in and wondering what's the go with these practice sessions, well, it ain't just about flexing their engines. It's about synergy, mate. Getting the driver, the car, and the track to sing in harmony.
Couldn't have put it better. We liken it to rehearsing a dance. Every step, every turn must be practiced until it's second nature on the big stage.
Armin Sunoiler posted 2:17.235 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Megasaurus55 posted a 2:57.108 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mr. Bang is on their practice out lap. Eric Wolfs has a best lap time of 2:18.909. Megasaurus55 has a best lap time of 2:57.108. Wayne Pearson is on their first practice flying lap. With just 271 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Eric Wolfs posted a 4:45.691 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mate, these drivers are in a Euro T just burning rubber for the fun of it. They're chasing the ghost, that perfect lap that's always just out of reach.
Absolutely. Back in my racing days, I used to call it chasing the dragon. It's that feeling when you know there's still a little more in the tank, a fraction of a second to be found.
These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you are Euro unstoppable.
Couldn't a Euro T have put it better? Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
Mr. Bang is getting to grips with the Abarth 500 Assetto Corsa in this practice session. Superman posted 2:12.845 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Lars is on their practice outlap. Eric Wolfs has a best lap time of 2:18.435. Malta Schaaf has a best lap time of 2:12.766. Armin Sunoiler posted a 2:21.808 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Malta Schaaf posted 2:13.129 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 266 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. There are just over 265 minutes left in this practice session. You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
Armin Sunoiler has a best lap time of 2:14.914. Eric Wolfs has a best lap time of 2:18.435. Malta Schaaf posted 2:12.792 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 263 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Superman has a best lap time of 2:12.690. Lars is getting to grips with the Abarth 500 Assetto Corsa in this practice session. Jerry Yu has a best lap time of 2:18.449. Lars posted a 2:30.315 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
Hey Hal, you reckon these drivers ever get tired of going round and round during practice?
Well, Rob, repetition is the key. Every lap gives you data, insights, and an edge over the competition.
Superman posted 4:16.491 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Malta Schaaf has a best lap time of 2:12.759. Lars has a best lap time of 2:21.718. With just 258 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Superman posted a 2:22.033 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Lars has a best lap time of 2:21.718. Maybe today Satan is on their practice out lap. Megasaurus 55 posted 10:31.080 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Superman has a best lap time of 2:12.690. You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you'd think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it. Starting with that aero package, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure, you tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
It's all about finding that sweet spot during these sessions. Like tuning a didgeridoo, but way faster.
Haha, and a lot noisier. But you're right, in Indy, we fine-tune until it feels just right. Every lap here is a step towards perfection.
Superman posted a 2:22.033 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Jerry Yu has a best lap time of 2:18.449. Jerry Yu is on their outlap. What an impressive performance from Superman. They are currently leading the pack in this qualification session, showing incredible pace and skill. It's a commanding position for them, and they have set the bar high for their competitors. A disappointing performance from maybe today Satan so far in this qualifying session. Finding themselves in 11th position is certainly not what they were aiming for. However, they have the talent and experience to bounce back and salvage a better result. Jack M team has put in a great effort and currently holds 6th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? Incredible drive by Jerry Yu so far, earning them 6th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Jorg Yu has positioned themselves impressively in 6th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Impressive display by Armin Sunoiler, currently sitting in position 7. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
Absolutely, Rob. Armin Sunoiler has put in a remarkable effort to secure 7th. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
It's a dominant performance from Megasaurus 55 in this qualification session. They have shown exceptional form and are leading the way. Their confidence is shining through, and they are proving why they are considered one of the best in the business.
Well said, Rob. Megasaurus 55 is truly in a league of their own in this qualification session. Their dominant display is a testament to their talent and determination.
Megasaurus 55 has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Lars has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. Maybe today Satan has completed their outlap. It hasn't been the best qualifying session for Superman so far. They find themselves in 11th position, which is not where they had hoped to be. However, there's still time left on the clock, and they have the opportunity to make improvements. A strong showing from Lars as they currently sit in 4th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. A solid qualifying performance by Megasaurus 55, positioning them in 3rd at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
I completely agree, Rob. Megasaurus 55 has positioned themselves impressively in 3rd. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
What a performance from Armin Sunola. They currently occupy 6th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favorable starting spot?
I couldn't agree more, Rob. Armin Sunoiler has done a fantastic job to claim 6th. The challenge now is to convert this opportunity into a strong race.
Armin Sunoiler has completed their first flying lap in 2:14.612. And there goes Eric Wolfs, currently in position 7. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. Maybe today Satan has positioned themselves well in 10th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
Spot on analysis, Rob. Maybe today Satan has positioned themselves well in 10th. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
Maybe today Satan has just completed that lap in 2:19.735. Their best lap so far is 2:19.735, putting them in P9. Will they be able to hold on to that spot? It's a masterclass from Malte Scharf in this qualification session. They have stamped their authority on the. Malte Scharf has just completed a lap in 2:12.800. Let's see if they can improve on their time further. Jack M team has secured a respectable 5th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance?
Great analysis, Rob. Jack M team has shown excellent pace to secure 5th. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
Jack M team will be happy having put themselves into 5th in this qualifying session. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Armin Sunoiler will be happy having put themselves into 4th in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Jerry Yu has completed their first flying lap in 2:16.889. Disappointing performance from maybe today Satan in this qualifying session. Currently in 11th position, they'll need to dig deep and find some extra speed to climb up the leaderboard and secure a better starting position for the race. Maybe today Satan has some work to do, as that 2:18.335 is only good enough for 11th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
Incredible performance by Malta Sharp. Malta Sharp will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session. It's been a challenging session for Simon B. They're currently languishing in 12th position, which is not where they had envisioned themselves. But in motorsport, anything can happen, and with their skill and determination, they might still turn things around. A solid performance from Superman as they currently hold position 2. However, with the session coming to a close, Superman will be happy having put themselves into second in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
A challenging session for Simon B so far. They're currently in 12th position, which is not where they wanted to be. But in motorsport, we've seen remarkable comebacks, and they'll be hoping to turn their fortunes around and secure a better result. Jack M team will be happy having put themselves into 5th in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
It's been a struggle for maybe today Satan in qualifying. As of now, they find themselves in 11th position, which is well below their expectations. However, motorsport is unpredictable, and there's still an opportunity for them to shine and move up the grid. Maybe today Satan has some work to do, as that 2:16.987 is only good enough for 10th.
There's still more time to be had, but I don't know if they are going to find it before the session is over.
Incredible drive by Superman so far, earning them second on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Superman's current position of second is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
Superman will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Roll Postma has put in a great effort and currently holds 6th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
You're absolutely right, Rob. Roel Postma's current position of 6th reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
Roll Postma has some work to do, as that 2:14.579 is only good enough for 6th. Impressive display by Jerry Yu, currently sitting in position 9. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Jorg Yu has positioned themselves impressively in 9th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
A mesmerizing display from Superman in this qualifying session. They have left everyone in awe with their speed and precision. Currently leading the pack, they are setting the standard and sending a clear message to their competitors.
You're absolutely right, Rob. Superman has asserted their authority on the track with their commanding performance. The gap between them and the rest of the field is quite significant.
Impressive work from Lars, who has claimed 8th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Lars has some work to do, as that 2:16.145 is only good enough for 8th.
That's not a bad time, but I am sure they can improve further on that.
A solid qualifying performance by Lars, positioning them in 8th at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. Superman will be feeling confident starting from pole position.
But they will have to be smart about their moves. They must not burn out too early.
And in the second position, it's none other than Malta Schaaf. Our third place starter, Megasaurus 55, is poised to make a move towards the front. Armin Sunoiler is going to be starting from fourth.
Armin Sunoiler will be taking no prisoners today.
As the green flag drops, keep an eye on Jack M team starting in fifth position.
It's like they're on the outside looking in. Can they make their way to the front of the pack?
As the engines roar to life, Roll Postma prepares to take off from the sixth position on the starting grid. Our seventh place starter, Jerry Yu, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track. Starting from 8th on the grid is a good position for Lars to launch an attack. Eric Wolfs has qualified 9th.
Starting on the hards tires.
Lining up in 10th is maybe today Satan. Mr. Bang is in a solid position starting from 11th on the grid.
They have the talent to make their way to the front of the pack.
Simon B is 12th. The green flag's up and the Sheilas and blokes are bolting. This is the real deal, Hal.
With hearts racing and engines roaring, they've got to be smarter than the average bear to navigate this here minefield.
Now, isn't that a sight? Superman hanging tight at 1. Maybe they're waiting for everyone else to make their move. Smart as a whip, that one. As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at AssettoCorsaFriends for making this all possible. Heroes one and all. These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race. Is there a better sight than a field of elite racing drivers battling for position? I can't wait to see how this race will play out. Seems like Simon B has gotten bogged down at the start and has already lost position, Hal. It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other.
If Roel Postma gets any closer to Armin Sunoiler, they'll need to start sending out wedding invitations.
Stone the crows. Roll Postma's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, third. You know, back in Oz, we have a saying, flat out like a lizard drinking. That's exactly what Roll Postma is doing right now.
I've always wondered, what's that even mean? Lizards, drinks, racing? Y'all have a wild imagination down under.
Wow, it's a close race for third. Roll Postma is ahead with Megasaurus 55 right on their tail with a gap of only 0.2 seconds. Megasaurus 55 wants to close the gap with Roll Postma. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Mr. Bang is breathing down the neck of Jerry Yu, not giving him any room to relax.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Mr. Bang must be laser focused on your Yu's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
Oh, this is getting intense. Megasaurus 55 is just behind Roll Postma. In the grand chessboard of racing, Megasaurus 55 appears to have just been checked. Now stationed at 5th. This is edge of the seat stuff. Mr. Bang is relentlessly hunting down Jerry Yu, who'll blink first. It's a thrilling pursuit as Lars is right behind Mr. Bang, keeping the pressure on for 8th place.
And the drivers know it too, Rob. They're giving it everything they've got, and you can see them pushing the limits of the car's capabilities.
This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? Sometimes, I feel the strategy behind these races is deeper than a conversation at 3 a.m. in an outback pub.
You're telling me, it's like planning a family reunion in a small southern town. You've got to consider who's coming, who's feuding, and who's gonna cause a ruckus. Then prepare for it all to change in a heartbeat.
Blimey, Jerry Yu's determination reminds me of a kangaroo in a hopping contest.
Well, over here in the States, it's more like a squirrel chasing down its last nut before winter. Either way, it's entertaining to watch. The stopwatch doesn't lie, and the shrinking gap is telling a tale of a hunter closing in on its prize.
Seems like Megasaurus 55 is getting in range of Jack M team. It's an intense battle for position as Lars tries to outmaneuver Mr. Bang. This is edge of your seat racing. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while. Hold on to your hats. Eric, Wolfs is gunning for Simon B. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend? It's like David versus Goliath out there. Eric, Wolfs just slung a stone and gained ground, while Simon B. is left searching for footing.
Where there's a will, there's a relative.
It's a close race between Lars and Mr. Bang in 7th. Blimey, Superman must have spotted a pub off the track. That's the only reason any self-respecting Aussie would swerve that way.
Yeehaw, Superman decided to do a little off-roading. Wrong event, partner.
The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Lars is inching ever closer to Mr. Bang. It seems like Lars is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace.
Can Lars refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they are capable of?
The chase music's playing in Jerry Yu's head as they reel in Lars, moment by nail-biting moment. Alright, hold your horses. Lars is really putting the heat on Mr. Bang. If I were Mr. Bang, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
Oi, Rob, wouldn't want to be in Mr. Bang's shoes right now, would y'all? Talk about a pressure cooker situation.
As of now, Megasaurus 55 stands tall in the 4th spot. Buckle up. Maybe today Satan is all over Jack M team like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
You know, Rob, I wouldn't put it past maybe today's Satan to pull a rabbit out of the hat in this duel. Keep those eyes peeled.
Oi, maybe today's Satan's hotter than a summer Barbie right now. Wonder if Jack M team's feeling a bit exposed?
We'll have to see if Jack M team has got any answers for that.
As the race settles down, the drivers are really going at it.
It's like watching a high-speed game of chess. One wrong move and it could be game over. But these drivers are masters of their craft, always thinking 3 steps ahead.
That's right. And with the way they're maneuvering those cars, it's like they have superpowers.
It's almost like they have the power of flight, but instead of flying, they're speeding down the track like rockets.
I wonder if they have any spare rocket boosters for sale. It's a game of inches now as Megasaurus 55 tails Jack M team closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
You reckon Jack M team's sweating bullets yet, Rob? Because I'd be needing a towel by now with Megasaurus 55 right behind me.
Crikey, Megasaurus 55's looking like they've been caught in a rip, struggling to keep up with the pace set by Jack M team. Hope they find their feet soon.
It will be interesting.
Oh no, what's this? Blimey, Megasaurus 55 veered off the track like I veer away from commitment. Maybe they'll come back, unlike my ex. Cricky, Lars is sticking to Mr. Bang like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights.
Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Lars should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to Mr. Bang.
Hold on a second, blimey. Maybe today Satan's just thrown another shrimp on the Barbie of mishaps. This one's burnt.
Dang, maybe today Satan went off like my sense of self-worth after my high school reunion. And just as hard to recover.
Look at Lars trying to close that gap on Mr. Bang. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent Barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party.
Breaking update. Oh, mate. That's how I used to drive after a couple of bevies at the pub. Not the right line, but definitely entertaining. It's hotter out there than an Aussie summer day, mate. Reckon Eric, Wolves can catch some shade behind Jerry U.F.
Shade? Here, we call that drafting. Let's see if they can stay cool and make a move. If not, there's always the AC in the pit. Will Eric, Wolves be able to make a move and pass your U?
Bloody hell. Eric, Wolves is tearing up the tarmac and just snatched 7th. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration? You ever miss the roar of engines, Hal?
Every single day, Rob. But we've got the next best thing, dissecting every nuance of these races and sharing our digital wisdom with the world.
The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown?
Now, that's some driving, y'all. Megasaurus 55 is putting the pressure on Jack M team. It's like watching a cat stalk a bird. They're inching closer with every turn.
Mr. Bang wants to get into Eric, Wolf's slipstream.
Rubbing is racing. Let's hope they don't rub it too hard.
The action is non-stop as Megasaurus 55 shadows Jack M team through every twist and turn, determined to claim 4th. Things are heating up as Mr. Bang closes in on Eric, Wolves. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. A great pass for Mr. Bang as breaking news, folks. Oh dear, Armin Sunoiler has had an incident.
Well, butter my biscuit. Armin Sunoiler just did the hokey pokey right in the middle of the race.
The pursuit is on. Megasaurus 55 is closing the gap on Jack M team, determined to claim P4.
Who will be able to maintain their pace and come out on top?
Mate, Megasaurus 55's slower than a wet week. They better buck up or Jack M team's gonna have them for brekkie.
I reckon Megasaurus 55's fiddling while Rome burns. Jack M team's out there shaking and baking, putting on a show for us.
Things are getting spicy as Eric Wolfs is breathing down Mr. Bang's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them. Whoa there. Jack M team is sticking to Megasaurus 55 like glue. You reckon Megasaurus 55's feeling the pressure? 'Cause I sure would.
The chase between Jack M team and Megasaurus 55 is like a high-speed game of tag only. The stakes are much higher.
No room for error here. Megasaurus 55 is breathing down the neck of Jack M team, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move. The gap between Megasaurus 55 and Jack M team is widening. It's now up to 0.3 seconds. Oi, Eric, Wolfs is giving it a red-hot go in ninth. Just a few kangaroo hops behind maybe today Satan. Might see a cheeky move soon. Ripper of a move. Eric, Wolfs is not just in the race, they're owning it. G'day, 8th. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Maybe today Satan is chasing Eric, Wolfs in P8.
The gap between them is just over 0.4 seconds. Who will have the speed and skill to come out on top?
We are used to seeing some hard-fought but clean racing here at Assetto Corsa Friends. I'm expecting to see nothing different here today as this race unfolds. Looks like Superman is chasing Malta Shaft harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right?
Well, butter me up and put me on a biscuit. Superman's got a mountain to climb. But, knowing Superman, that's just the kind of challenge they like. Like trying to square dance in a roundhouse.
The gap between Jack M. Hold up a mo. Wayne Pearson went off track. I know the feeling, just like my diet every weekend.
Well, shoot, Wayne Pearson's channeling me trying to park in the city. A complete disaster but always a show.
Gee whiz. Jack M team is breathing down Megasaurus 55's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Megasaurus 55's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded.
Mate, if I had $1 for every time Jack M team looked like overtaking, I'd be sipping mojitos on a beach right now.
And Jack M team has just won the place from Megasaurus 55.
Absolutely. Jack M team is showing great pace and determination, but they can't get too confident. There are still plenty of challenges ahead.
You ever wonder, Rob, how much preparation goes into each race weekend? It's not just about the driver, but the hundreds behind the scenes, making every little detail count.
Oh, absolutely. The hours spent in the simulator, the mechanics working overnight on those tweaks. Racing is as much about team spirit and dedication as it is about speed on the track. It's a collective masterpiece.
Eric, Wolfs is on a mission, chasing Mr. Bang, who's desperately trying to stay ahead.
Dang, Eric. Wolfs is chasing Mr. Bang like a Southern belle after a gentleman with a fat wallet. This is racier than a late-night movie marathon.
The intensity is off the charts as Lars hounds Eric, Wolfs, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
If Lars isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronized spinning routine, and trust me, that's not a crowd pleaser.
Look at that. They're trading places in every turn, a constant game of cat and mouse. Each driver knows one mistake could cost them dearly. Oh dear, Megasaurus 55 has dropped down to 6th. Blimey, Lars is playing a tight game of footy on this track. Maybe today Satan's got the ball, but no clear shot at the goal just yet.
Lars is doing a great job of defending in the lead, and maybe today Satan is pushing hard to close the gap. It's an exciting race and it's not over yet.
Eric Wolfs has the pedal to the metal, chasing Mr. Bang. Blimey, Superman is so far back, they might as well stop for a beer at the pub. If they spot my ex there, tell them to drive faster.
Nail biting indeed. I've already chewed through half of mine. And while Superman is going for gold, I'll be going for a manicure.
Mate, Superman's creeping up on Malta shaft like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear. So, Hal, considering the high speeds and split-second decision-making involved in racing, what's the impact of even a minor lapse in concentration?
A minor lapse in concentration can have significant consequences, Rob. It could lead to an off-track excursion, a loss of position, or even a collision. That's why it's crucial for drivers to stay focused and alert throughout the race.
And there it is. Malta Shaft has completed the race in first place, setting a blistering pace that none of the other drivers could match. Superman never gave up. They drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish. Well done to Roll Postma for securing third place on the podium. Followed by Jack M Team in fourth. Fifth sees Jerry U. Megasaurus 55 in sixth. Mr. Bang and Eric Wolfs take 7th and 8th. In 9th, it's maybe today Satan. Coming in 10th we have Lars. Taking 11th is Armin Sunoiler, with Wayne Pearson in 13th. Lars is on pole. On the second grid slot we have maybe today Satan. Eric Wolfs is lining up third. At fourth, we have the one and only Mr. Bang. Megasaurus 55 will look to make a splash from the 5th position on the starting grid.
But they're going to have to be quick out of the blocks if they want to keep up with the top performers.
Starting from the 6th position, Jury U will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win. The 7th starting position belongs to Jack M team, who will be looking to make up ground early on. From the middle of the pack, we have Roll Postma in 8th place on the starting grid.
But if they can find their rhythm early on, they could be a real threat.
Sitting in 9th is Superman.
They've got the heart of a lion, and they won't back down from a challenge.
Malta Schaaf is placed in 10th. Armin Sunoiler will need to be on top of their game starting from 11th on the grid. Simon B has got their work cut out for them starting from 12th on the grid.
They're a fighter, and they won't give up until they've crossed the finish line.
Starting from 13th on the grid is a decent position for Wayne Pearson, all things considered.
The English driver has got something to prove.
The green luminescence beckons an odyssey. As they hustle and jostle, it's a dance of the intellect and instinct.
Focus is key, especially with all these cars buzzing around like bees at a picnic. The cream of the crop knows how to find their groove right quick.
You know, they say, steady as she goes, and that's exactly what Eric Wolfs is doing. Holding on to 3, maybe they've got a trick or 2 up their sleeve for later. So Megasaurus 55's decided to play it cool, eh? Holding on to 5 like a croc with a juicy steak. Just sizing up the competition, I reckon. Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here. Was maybe today Satan trying to give their rivals a head start? They're already behind from the get-go. Superman's been working the tyre temps, and it's paying off. Grip's better than a kangaroo on a trampoline. Watch out, Eric Wolfs.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
This is what it's all about, folks. Mr. Bang is in hot pursuit of Lars, who's just trying to stay ahead.
The only thing closer than Mr. Bang to Lars right now is the paint on their cars. Talk about a close encounter.
Blimey, Mr. Bang's shifted gears and the results are clear. Cruising up to second just like that. It's like watching 2 predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. Hold on to your hats, folks. Jack M team is right on the heels of Lars, and we're in for a wild ride.
Honestly, Rob, with this chase, I'm half expecting to see some sneaky dive bombs in the next few laps. Popcorn ready?
Mr. Bang could be looking for a way up the inside of Jack M team.
There is no room for error in this battle.
Jack M team seems to be putting the pressure on Lars.
And they are poised to capitalize on any mistake, but who's going to make that mistake first?
The battle is on for Jack M team. They're sandwiched between two rivals, Mr. Bang 0.2 seconds away and Lars 0.1 seconds ahead. It's a true test of their racecraft.
I couldn't agree more, Rob. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind provide valuable information for Jack M team. They need to assess the situation and use the gaps strategically to plan their moves.
Roll Postma is in 5th, and is being closely chased by Superman, who is just 0.2 seconds behind.
Every time Roel Postma checks that mirror, they've got to be thinking strategy.
Spot on. It's like a chess match at 300 kilometers per hour. Wow, Superman is really pushing hard to catch up to Roll Postma. There's blood in the water for 5th place. We got a close battle as Roll Postma closes in on Mr. Bang. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Lars is proper nipping at Roll Postma's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell. Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Roll Postma is sniffing around Mr. Bang like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 3rd.
If Roel Postma pushes too hard, they might find themselves exploring the scenic route, and nobody's got time for sightseeing during a race.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this. Crikey, Superman's moving up faster than a cold one disappears on a hot day. They've clinched 5th.
Hold onto your hats, folks. Superman's charging like a bull in a china shop. Welcome to 5th, cowboy.
Every race has its highs and lows. Today, Superman acquaints themselves with a new perspective at 6th.
Well, slap my knee and call it a dance. Superman's taken a lil sidestep there.
The adrenaline is pumping as Superman gets within striking distance of Lars in their race for 5th.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
Hang on to your cork hats, mates. We're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Superman and Lars. Stop the press. Looks like Megasaurus 55 is testing the off-road capabilities of their ride. There's a storm brewing, and it's got Superman's name on it. Lars, batten down the hatches, it's coming for you. Great driving from Superman, who has just gained a place and moved up. Hold on a moment, crikey. Lars thought they were on a boomerang's flight path. Only problem? Didn't come back.
It's a real shame. Until this point in the race they'd been looking at a decent result.
The battle for 4 is heating up as Superman tries to catch Mr. Bang in P4. I swear, Superman's on the prowl, making that leap to 4th look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue. This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit. It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. Incredible. Eric Wolfs is caught in a fierce battle, with huge ass breathing down their neck 0.1 seconds away, and Simon B just ahead with a gap of 0.2 seconds. It's a test of their racing skills. Oi, Lars is on Armin Sunoiler like a drop bear on an unsuspecting tourist.
Drop bear? Had to Google that one. But yeah, here it's like a linebacker on a quarterback sack.
It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Lars gaining places and Armin Sunoiler losing them.
This race is heating up faster than a Barbie in summer. Lars has got that winning glint.
It's a dynamic landscape out there. Lars's shift to 10th is testament to that.
Life on the track is a tapestry of decisions. Looks like Lars is weaving a complex narrative today, dropping a notch.
This is what high-octane racing looks like. Eric Wolfs is breathing down the neck of Simon B, not giving him any room to relax.
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Eric Wolfs is definitely living on the edge today.
Oh, things are getting intense for Eric Wolfs. They're sandwiched between Hugh Jass and Simon B, navigating this high-speed battleground. The gap to the car ahead is 0.2 seconds, while the car behind is only 0. Sorry to cut in here, maybe Eric Wolfs has got a drop bear in the cockpit, cause that move was bonkers. Oh, this is getting intense. Superman is just behind Roll Postma.
If this battle ends in tears, it could be like watching a high-speed domino effect, but let's hope they keep it clean and avoid any unplanned games.
It's looking good for Superman, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Roll Postma. It's a thrilling pursuit as Roll Postma is right behind Superman, keeping the pressure on for third place. This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? It's an intense battle for position as Armin Sunoiler tries to outmaneuver Lars. This is edge-of-your-seat racing. Superb driving from Armin Sunoiler, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
That's what we like to see. Armin Sunoiler is really showing their class today.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while. Oh, we've got trouble here. Mr. Bang, hold that thought, hold the phone, Mr. Bang's off the track. Reminds me of my first car, a real lemon. Drove straight but only in reverse.
Hot diggity, if Mr. Bang had a banjo, they'd be strumming a sad tune right about now.
Every move counts now as Lars works to reel in Armin Sunoiler and overtake for P9. Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Lars has just rocketed into 9th. Cricky, Wayne Pearson's got more ground to cover than I do at the family barbecue when Auntie Sharon's had one too many. Good luck, mate.
Speaking of rhythm, have you heard Yorgu's favorite song? Maybe Wayne Pearson can play it to distract them and close that gap. Just a thought.
Hold on to your hats. Lars is gunning for Armin Sunoiler. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend?
At this rate, Lars and Armin Sunoiler are so close, they could share a cup of tea and a biscuit.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Jury Yu, who is currently in P6. But Mr. Bang is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Jury Yu. It's a close race between Lars and Armin Sunoiler in 8th. Alright, Hold your horses. Jury U is really putting the heat on Mr. Bang. If I were Mr. Bang, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop. Buckle up. Armand Sunoiler is all over Wayne Pearson like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action? Braking alert. Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line. Blimey, Superman's cranking up the downforce, making every newton of force count. That gap's shrinking faster than my wallet at the pub.
Superman's suspension setup's really letting them carry speed into the apex, catching up to Jack M team like molasses in winter.
I tell you, mate, the tech in these cars would outshine any gizmo you'd find in a Sydney cafe.
As long as it doesn't make my morning coffee, I'm good. But yeah, the tech here is like something out of Silicon Valley.
The gap between Superman and Jack M team is growing. It's now up to 0.3 seconds. It's a game of inches now as Jury U tails Mr. Bang closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
You can feel the intensity in the air. The slightest mistake could cost either of them the race.
Jury U's showing off some serious moves, making Mr. Bang look like they're dancing with two left feet. Superman and Jack M team have a gap between them that's growing like Jack's beanstalk. We're talking 0.4 seconds now. This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here. I think they are going to take them.
Gee whiz, Superman's getting some solid torque out of those corners. They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking. Oh, this is getting intense. Malta Schaaf is just a few car lengths behind Superman. It looks like Superman is making a move. The gap to Jack M team is now down to 0.1 seconds.
Now, ain't that something? Superman is right on it. Just needs to keep the pedal to the metal to tailgate Jack M team.
Big gains for Superman as they move up the field, leaving Jack M team behind. The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? Oh no, what's this? Oi, Jack M team tried to pull a Steve Irwin and wrestle with the track limits. Track 1, Jack M team 0.
Holy smokes. Jack M team serving up some backyard barbecue with that smoke show. Just missing the ribs.
Blimey, Jury U's gunning it in 6th. Just a whisker behind Mr. Bang. Hope he's got his budgie smugglers on, cause things are about to get wet and wild.
The gap between them is just over 0.7 seconds. Can you close that gap and get back in range? I can't see it happening at this point.
Wayne Pearson's so far off pace, they might be better off in a hearse. Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Wayne Pearson is pitting. With every twist and turn, Mr. Bang is shadowing Jury Yu, waiting to pounce like a lion on the hunt.
There's a razor-thin line between glory and disaster, and both drivers are dancing right on it.
Struth, Mr. Bang's not here to muck about. The gap to Jury Yu is dropping faster than a hot pie at the footy, now at 0.3 seconds. Looks like Malta Shaft's strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now.
Lord have mercy. Malta Sharf's got more space between him and Jack M team than my pa got between his ears. But miracles do happen. Just ask my ex-wife.
It's starting to look like we might get a battle between Malta Shaft and Jack M team. If I had $1 for every time Mr. Bang closed a gap like this, I'd have enough for a pint at the local. Get ready, Jury Yu, the thunder from down under is coming. It's like Megasaurus 55 has saved all their energy for this final stretch. It's all over. Megasaurus 55 has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now. Impressive second place finish for Superman. That was an outstanding performance from Jack M team. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium. Finishing fourth is Malta Shaft. Jury Yu and Mr. Bang brings home 5th and 6th. 7th is Armin Sunoiler. Followed by Maybe Today Satan in 8th. Simon B. claim 9th. In 10th, it's Eric Wolfs.